So this is my first season, and it may be your first season, y'all. I've peeped in a time or two, but I don't really know Captain Sandy and these heifers. But ain't nothing else on, so why not peep at it? So we have Hannah, who's already worked with Captain Sandy and been on a season before, and now she coming back home. Oh, her name is Aisha, not Aisha. So they already down one crew cabin because there's a leak, and we know somebody gonna try to sleep in that room anyway. We got Ian with 2 eyes. 2 eyes, but no lip. No lip. Couldn't give him no extra lip. That smile looked a little painful. Okay, we have Jono, who is a culinary architect and our black gay fabulousness of the show. We got Elle. She's worked for Captain Sandy before as well. Then we have Joe from Ireland. So we have Ellie, who's worked with Sandy before, Nathan, who's Irish, and Joe, who's from Liverpool. Nathan and Joe are kind of cute. Gail is joining us too from Australia. Aisha seemed like she gonna get on the girl's nerves. She gives me a brown nose tea. So Gail is the tomboy who's going to be out with the deckhands. Oh, seems like most of the people on the boat are single. Gail isn't single, honey. You will be by the end of the season. All the guys are interested in her too. Yeah, kiss that boyfriend goodbye. So we have our preference sheet meeting, and our first charter guest is Jacob Ward, who is younger than the entire crew. He's got to be like 21 at best. Nick, no one can understand you, but I guarantee you people... Nathan, you're absolutely right. No one can understand your Irish accent, but people have a lot of fun trying, I imagine. So the provisions show up, which is basically like the food shopping for the boat, but only a quarter of the things they need are there. And that's stressful because you can't go shopping when you're on the boat. You either have it or you don't. I love they had that picture of Nathan with his hometown friend. I think that's Nathan's boyfriend. I can tell by the smile. He reminds me of someone I dated briefly. Also, second engineer Luke is kind of cute too. So, child, the guest is walking up to the boat and they still ain't got enough champagne. But I can see why this show does so well, because if there's not drama betwixt the crew, there's drama with the charter guests. If there's not drama with the charter guests, then something on the boat is running late or going wrong. So there's always, a point of drama or a point of interest of the episode, rather than with Housewives of Atlanta. If it's a dry episode, it's like, well, nothing's going on with the girls. It's not like we're focusing on, something being late for one of their houses being built, or like when Old Lady Gang was trying to open on time or get the standing water off the floor, which they never could seem to. So they're there and the kids are like, hey, can we get some rosé? And yeah, with the, $17,000 a night you're spending on this yacht, I'm not going to be pissy, but I am going to be truly confused as to why we couldn't get some rosé. Honestly, y'all could have called me when I was on my way. I would have picked some up. The hell. Oh, God. Unfortunately, we weren't able to source rosé wine on short notice, but we'll be able to send champagne, and more will come later. You see? Now, Now, this is too expensive for y'all to be messing up like this. Somebody could have ran to the store. Y'all paying how much per night? 17 grand, and we couldn't source? Just waste my trip. I mean, the guy said, you know what, with this margarita next time, I'll have a salt rim. Like that's normal. That's normal. I'm disappointed. For this kind of money, somebody should have ran to the store. Like, y'all could have spared one person to go and get some extra provisions. Because really, you only have like 24 to 36 hours on this boat, and I'm sitting there without a beverage. I could have gone to a bar and had a better time. So they sit down to eat, and they're really enjoying the food. We diving off the boat into the sea, but this poor girl has been ironing for 4 hours. So this heifer still ain't get all the clothes done in time. So that night we're getting ready for dinner, and finally the provisions are arriving. God, they having dinner with no wine? That's sad. Child, the boxes have shown up and still ain't no red wine. So they want some late night munchies, and the chef is like, I ain't getting up. I ain't getting up. So Ellie goes and tries to wake the chef up again, and she's like, look, they really want nachos and grilled cheese. And he's like, I haven't slept enough. You said you could do grilled cheese. Do the grilled cheese. And you're the one who said, I want more experience with guests and with service. This is your trial by fire, and you can't even make some grilled cheese. You gotta run and wake up the chef? All right, helpful. But let's get to love and marriage. Huntsville. I heard it's a real yawn this week. So we open with Destiny telling Moses, you are a liar. And he says, well, I want to see the receipts. So he's saying, you ain't never come to see me, Otis. So she's saying, you ain't give me no money. He's saying, you ain't come see me. She said, you found someone in your weight class who'll settle for you fine and broken. Meanwhile, across town, Tisha goes to train with Trina. So Trisha lets us know that she's still married legally to her other husband. I thought you'd already married the new one. Oh, so Latricia somehow related to Nell. And she's the younger generation, where Nell is the older generation. She went to school with Courtney and is friends with Stormy. Over at Mel's house, we're having a single girl sleepover. We're toasting to real friends, real conversations, and real men. Melody, you got a new real friend every season. So one half have been bringing Mel a lot of men, but she ain't into them. And honestly, it sounds like Mel's been avoiding a whole bunch of scammers. Mel is still on her healing. So Mel has her friends walk her through all the reasons she can't date because of Martell. Slick bashing session, I'll give her that. So over at Stormy's, we got Trisha and Martell trying to recollect how they know each other from the past. It seems like Trisha might have given him some ass. So they're denying that anything sexual has ever happened, but Stormy invites them to a very sensual lovers and friends evening. And she wants Martell to be her shirtless model getting rubbed down with a body glaze. Okay. So after Martell leaves, Stormy and Trisha talk about Martell's weird energy, and she's like, I saw him at Target a few months ago, but we ain't had nothing going on. Okay, girl. But she gonna train him so she can get this skinny while he builds his muscles. So over with Sunny, our man-stealing producer, she quizzing her guy when he get home on how Destiny was dressed. Oh, she was looking cute. Well, I mean, she's filming a show, but she's always looked okay to me, never that cute. Sonny said, now look, did you set the heifer straight? He said, I tried to, but she still accused us of Chitete and you being a friend and stealing her man. She said, that heifer don't even know where I live. Girl, boom. Sonny said, you were a side piece that was getting flown in and flown out. However, at home with Trisha, she tell her husband about Martell's weird energy. But he's asking her, now, when you gonna get your divorce on? I hope you ain't trying to hold on to nothing in that old dead marriage. All right, well, that was the shit, so I'ma see you soon for something.